I would say it's officially nearing the end of summer, and I wanted to show you my garden. It has had a lot of fails, which I have heard that a lot of people have had that this year. And I feel like everybody seems to struggle, well, most people seem to struggle with the same problems. One year it might be squash bugs, which was this year for us and for a lot of other people. Another year could be a powdery mildew. Another year could be some other kind. I heard of click bugs. Click bugs are another issue. Now this year for us was very hot. And especially because we did raised beds this year. Let me show you. Now we've done raised beds before, but we've never done it quite like this. And you can see that there is a gap between where these two boards meet. So not only did a lot of water evaporate out of the sides through the wood, but also through that gap right there. This is the garden in its entirety. And we didn't really plant too awfully many beds this year because this was the first year we were able to actually put in a bunch of raised beds. You're going to see that we do not have a fence, but we do have fence posts, and that's because we used to have a fence, and that is being used for the lamb tractor. So let's start at this beginning part. We have some jalapenos and a random volunteer tomato plant that we found somewhere else, I don't remember, and then just a whole lot of weeds. And I think that's the theme you're gonna see repeating quite a lot. We planted a lot of pepper plants, and everything that we planted from seed sprouted up and then died right away. The only one that survived is this one right here, this jalapeno, which we got from the store. Now the same thing happened with our cucumbers. We ended up finally getting two that are growing up the same. Oh, hello. I think she wants some love. We have them both growing up, one thing right there, one tomato cage. And they finally did well. What we think happened is a certain type of bug kept on infesting the plant, and something about this bug, I think they carry a bacteria that once they get on your plants, it spreads the bacteria to your plant, and then your plant is alive one day and then boom, dead the next. But we have gotten several cucumbers, so we're happy with that. Tomatoes, they did just fine. It was only the ones from the store that did fine. All of the ones we planted from seed did not do well. I have no idea why. And that has not happened other years. This is chilacayota. It is a melony, pumpkiny, squashy thing that is from his parents' village in Mexico. You can use this to make melon water. It reminds me a little bit of spaghetti squash because it has the stringies on the inside, but they make a sweetened melon water with it. We had the biggest issue with squash bugs, and there is some chilacayota here that did die off. Now it is bouncing back, which is why you see some fresh green growth. But I think by now we should have melons. Who knows, maybe we'll get melons, maybe not. You can see it vining off of the side there, but that was another big fail. Another bed of weeds. I let all of this lettuce you see hanging off the side here go to seed. And let's take a quick look at some lettuce. This is the coolest thing. I actually did not know how you could get seeds from the lettuce plant. So if you don't know, a lettuce plant will shoot up, more of like these. It'll shoot up, it'll make the most beautiful, delicate yellow flowers that I have ever seen. Oh, here's a great example. These beautiful, delicate yellow flowers then turn into these fluffs. And actually, that's a bad example. Here's a great example. So you take the fluff, and on the end of it, you have lettuce seeds. The fluff blows away and you're left behind with lettuce seeds. This was our other lettuce bed that does have a strawberry we have growing right there. I planted carrots in here, beets. Carrots and beets did fabulously, especially because this bed has a whole lot of peat moss in it that helps to make the soil a lot fluffier. Some of you might remember my moringa tree. Look at how tall it has grown. Look at that. It keeps going. Isn't that amazing? That's why I think every homesteader, if you can, should at least try once to grow moringa. You can eat the leaves raw, fresh off the plant. You can saute them. You can dry them and grind it up into a powder and put it in your smoothies or your soups, which is the most common way in America that it is to consume moringa. It's a moringa powder. The leaves taste like broccoli. They have a very strong, like a sweet broccoli flavor to them. It's not unpleasant. If I were to compare it to lamb's quarters, I would say moringa is preferable to the flavor of lamb's quarters by far. Now, just because you might have winter and frost like we do, does not mean you cannot grow a moringa tree. I would say plop it in the ground or in a pot, just like we have it in here, and grow it as an annual. You don't need to grow it as a perennial like it normally grows in India. You can grow it as an annual. And just look at how beautiful those leaves are. They are so pretty. And you can tell there is some yellowing. I was not on watering. I need to get better. That blue pot right there has mint in it, also a lot of weeds. That big, beautiful leaf right there, that is called Yerba Santa. What can I say about that? We have not used it once. Okay, wait, we used it once. That is how many times we used it. What my family, my husband's family, my in-laws will do is they will take it and they will blend up a leaf with black beans. Now, I believe it's a member of the mint family, so it does definitely have that kind of a slight minty flavor, but obviously not like the mint that I'm growing right there. That is a chocolate mint. Yerba Santa is just a beautiful leaf. Look at how just pretty, so pretty that is. We got that from my father-in-law, as we did with this avocado tree. Okay, first you're gonna see weeds. Then look at that tree. Yes, we have winter. Yes, it snows. And my husband will be bringing that inside the house. Here's what I'm looking forward to next. It is bush beans. But I'm really excited to see which kind of dried beans grow. I think those ones might actually be Jacob's cattle bean. The number one thing that did the ultimate best this year are my watermelons. This one right here is a strawberry watermelon, maybe, or it's a moonbeam. I'm actually thinking that's a moonbeam. There in another net is a sugar baby watermelon. And you can see strawberry watermelons. We have not mastered how to tell when a watermelon is ready yet. We've gotten one a little bit too early. We've gotten one that maybe was either picked a little early or a little late, we're not sure, but we're learning. This is the best year we've had so far with many different varieties of watermelon. Well, that is it for our garden tour. Next year, we're going to be doubling the size of our garden. It's going to have 2 levels. It's going to be super cool. We're just working with the land that we have. Very slopey, very rocky, and so many other projects really came and took priority over having a beautiful garden. So next year is going to be the year we focus more on it, and you'll be seeing that to come. And I hope that no matter what you've done for gardening, whether maybe this wasn't the year for you or maybe this was your best year ever, that you continue to grow and you continue just to have fun with it.